Hello everyone, my name is Mowmaster and welcome back to our guide to pedestals. Today we are covering enchantments. There are 5 specific pedestal enchantments that you can apply, as well as a couple other vanilla ones, and we're going to go over what those are today and kind of how they work. For starters though, if you go in your inventory and you go to uses for an item in JEI, you can actually select the Anvil tab, and in the Anvil tab it will tell you what enchantments can be applied to your item, as well as if you look at the tooltip for this item, like the import upgrade, for example, as capacity increases on it, the transfer rate also increases. So you can actually look ahead of time if you're looking at what you want a certain upgrade to do. You can actually look ahead of time in JEI, and it will tell you, so you're not shooting in the dark trying to find a certain enchantment for a certain ability. So there you go. That is just one way you can use JEI to your advantage. But now let's explain what all these enchants actually do. Speed is the first one we're going to cover. This one actually reduces the delay between operations. So every upgrade that you slot into a pedestal has an operation time, and that can be decreased by using the speed enchantment. By default, speed is set at 20 seconds for most upgrades. It can be decreased significantly down to about 1 tick per operation. But this is mainly for your inventory type upgrades. So you go from about 1 second delay initially to 1 tick. Your furnace and other machines start at about 20-second delay usually, and they go down to a 1 second delay, which is quite nice. But like everything in Minecraft, the more you speed things up, the more lag you might incur from that. And so do be mindful, the more things that you speed up, you might see more lag in your base. I am, as the developer of pedestals, working on increasing the performance of pedestals themselves, and so that should help with the lag as we continue to update. But do be mindful, the more things you speed up, the faster things go, but also the more lag you'll see. So do keep that in mind. That's just a warning from me, the developer. But we'll continue on here anyway. Capacity has a level of 1 through 5, and it increases the amount of items that you can modify at once. And so as you can see, we are able to pull items out up to a stack at a time. But other than manipulating items, we can actually store more things like levels, more energy, and even more buckets of fluid in our upgrades as well. Or in the case of different machines, we can process more items at one time. So there is a lot of good uses to have capacity on your upgrades. So definitely invest into it as early as possible, especially for some of your storage ones. So yeah, that is capacity. For area, area is super effective on upgrades that actually have a certain function, like say the planter. The planter's default range is a 3x3 area that it can plant in, but with area, you can increase that to 5, 7, 9, 11, up to a 13x13 square of plantable spaces. But it doesn't stop there. The area enchant is special. It can actually be exceeded or go above 5, and when you do that, your area formula, for example, say you have area 10 on an upgrade, that is 10 times 2 plus 3, so a 23x23 area could be planted if you had area 10 on a planter upgrade. There are a few upgrades that benefit the most from this enchantment, one being the tree choppers or the mushroom choppers. Your quarry, I think that's pretty obvious why that would benefit the most. Your fluid pump, and even your auto attacker. There are other upgrades out there as well, like the fan that we'll cover next, that benefit too, but these probably benefit the most from the area enchantment. Next up, we have range. Range also has a level of 1 through 5 normally. Currently, that stops at 5, but I do want to bring in an update that can allow you to exceed 5, so you can get you can get ranges above, say, 64 blocks. I think that would be kind of cool. But one of the upgrades that we're going to demonstrate this on is the fan. I think this is the best visual representation of what range does. Range affects the height of how an upgrade works, and so something like the tree chopper can now chop 2x2 jungle trees at max height with good range. The quarry could mine further underground. The fan can blow entities farther up in the air, and the teleporter can actually teleport you farther with this enchantment too. So That is all things that range can modify, and there are more out there, but these are just the top 4 upgrades that benefit the most from this enchant. So there you go. Area modifies the width of an upgrade's effective area, and range up modifies the height. And last but not least, we have the Advanced Enchantment. The Advanced Enchantment is very special. It can only be applied to a focus book of Advanced, and only at an enchantment level of 92 or above, which means you have to either use the Pedestals Enchanter or something like Apotheosis mod or something that will get you that high of an enchantment level. And what this does, and the reason why it's gated behind such a high level enchantment, is normally a import upgrade can only pull out of a chest or a minecart, but this would allow you to pull items out of, say, a llama, or even with an export to insert items into a zombie. So say you want to protect your base for whatever reason, and you have a zombie, you can actually equip him with some nice loot gear, and you can set him loose in your base, attacking all your enemies, or, whatever. So there you go. That is why the advancement upgrade exists. Any upgrade that can manipulate an inventory or pull out of an inventory or push into an inventory can use this advanced enchantment. And so there is a lot of use cases for this that are kind of special. Okay, that is the 5 speed, capacity, area, range, and advanced upgrades for pedestals. The last 2 on our list here are vanilla ones. Normally, these cannot be applied to non-tools, aka upgrades, but we can actually force these on with the XP Anvil, and certain upgrades benefit better from things like Soak Touch. The first one that Soak Touch probably benefits the most is the Cobblestone Generator. You go from having a Cobblestone Generator to a Stone Generator when you use Soak Touch, and it'll actually tell you, hey, you have the enchantment of Soak Touch on here, which is kind of nice. So that is one benefit to Soak Touch on something like the Cobblestone Gen. You can apply Soak Touch to your Block Breaker, your Miner, and your Harvester as well, but those really benefit most from Fortune, in my opinion. And Fortune's another one of those, like Soak Touch, you can't apply it normally, and it's one of the other special ones that you can actually increase above level 3, and you can get better Fortune benefits from doing that. So that's just something that you can apply to upgrades that break blocks typically. So like the Block Breaker and the Quarry break blocks, and so these are the only ones that really benefit from having Soak Touch and Fortune. You could put this on an importer, but it really won't do anything, just because I haven't added custom support for it, because what would you need to Soak Touch, And to apply these with the XP Anvil, you just slot your book in on a pedestal, put your upgrade in the chest, and boom, there you go. We now have Fortune 3 on a breaker upgrade. So there you go. That is how you can apply these 2 enchantments to your upgrades. And that is our list of enchantments done for today. Thank you guys for stopping by, hanging out. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.